Hello, hello, hello. Christopher Buchanan here. Oh, Lord. Do not be weary in well doing. I'm going to read a little bit of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11. The value of diligence. I'm reading that of the Holy Bible, the New Standard, the New Revised Standard. Send out your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will get it back. Divide your means 7 ways, or even 8. For you do not know what disaster may happen on earth. When clouds are full, they empty rain on the earth. Whether a tree falls to the south or the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it will lie. Whoever observes the wind will not sow, and whoever regards the clouds will not reap. Just as you do not know how the breath comes to the bones in the mother's womb, so you do not know the work of God, who makes everything. In the morning sow your seed, and at evening do not let your hands be idle, for you do not know which will prosper, this or that, or whether both alike will be good. Don't sit back wasting time, and that's where I'm at. And I went to church, and I went to a church, and oh man, Pastor Middleton preached. Man, it was awesome. It was awesome, and talking about looking at yourself and basically trusting yourself. Look what's in you. Be real. And I had also listened to a little bit of Reverend Cosby. I had listened to him on YouTube. You know, stuff pop up on there, and I was listening to it, and it fed my spirit too. And I like this, and I was trying to think of something to say because I didn't want to miss. I didn't want to miss the moment. Because I said I'm gonna try to be dedicated to these Tuesdays, and so I thought about, okay, hey. I had been on Twitter and Facebook talking earlier about mass incarceration because it was Twitter. My mentor, my friend Shelton, had posted some things concerning that, and that's a little pet peeve of mine. But anyway, when I was looking for things, I was like, I'm gonna start talking about where I'm at, and then I take it from there. But idle. Keep doing things. I was looking at my life, and I'm like, I'm over here doing this. I'm trying to sell t-shirts, but I didn't get the rest of the information. I'm trying to sell tickets, but I'm waiting for that to happen. I got to wait for a code for this. And I decided in my life that I'm older, and I am a little wiser through a whole lot of hurt and a whole lot of pain and a whole lot of trials and tribulations. I'm just a little bit wiser. And so what I want to do is I made up my mind. Like the prodigal son, you know what I'm saying? He came to himself and realized, hey, my daddy got some things at home. My daddy's rich. So why should I stay out here living like I'm homeless and like I don't have anything and I'm not really loved? And I came to myself and I realized, I said this year, not next year, next summer and all this type of thing, I'm going to give everything that I have to my dreams and to my goals and to my visions. And I'm going to put everything out there. And I'm going to see what becomes of it. And if it doesn't, then I can walk away and I go on still with my life. But I'm going to give everything because I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of procrastinating. I'm tired of talking about what I'm going to do. I've been doing it. I've been failing. I've been failing for years. This is not a new thing for me. It might be a new thing to you, but it's not a new thing for me. I've been fouling. I've been standing out and dreaming and stepping forward and investing money here and investing money there. And the dream hasn't come to fruition. I've been dreaming, night dreaming, daydreaming, visualizing, writing down my vision. Walking sometimes in my vision, but my vision didn't pay me. So, like I said, I like Ecclesiastes chapter 11 where it's talking about don't, throw everything out there. I was already doing it, and it's funny. God, I opened the Bible up, and here it is, right there talking about it. I'm learning to give everything. I don't sit back not doing nothing. I just keep trying everything. I don't like wasting time. I don't like sitting. You know what I'm saying? You can't be lazy in life. You got to keep doing something. Just stay busy. Just stay busy. And I love God, but I know that God wants me to be busy. He wants all of us, to reach our goals, to have purpose, and real talk. I'm not all of this. A lot of preachers running around. Everybody got a purpose. Everybody don't have a purpose. Everybody, and which if we go deep, it depends on what you want to define as purpose. But everybody has a reason to be here. But I think that when people say when God says purpose, he means that I got this person, like when he called the prophets and he called Jesus and he called the disciples, which Jesus called disciples. I think that was a purpose and intent when he told them to throw down their nets and follow him. That was a purpose. But as far as individual human beings, yeah, God has you for a reason here. But you get the atheists that step back and say, well, if everybody has a purpose, then you mean when a baby is born and it dies, the purpose was for that baby to die? I mean, I'm not God, but evidently, yeah, it could be. It's no joy in there. There's sorrow in there. I know what it's like to lose a baby, but there's no joy and sorrow in there. But at the same time, God will send a comforter. He will send He will send a comforter. He says some comfort, but he sent a comforter. That can come and talk to you and help you get over the grief and the sorrow. Not to take it away all the time, but sometimes just to lessen the pain so that you can endure. I thank God for being God. I thank God for being powerful. I was sitting here meditating on something, and maybe one day I'll share that because I got to meditate on it a little more. But I love that the Bible says, according to your belief. What do you believe? You want to believe in the devil and the devil gives you good gifts? Yeah, well, okay, then you get that. But according to your belief, I choose to believe in God. I choose to take that path. And right now, my visions and my goals have not been obtained right now. But I'm doing everything that I can within my power. And in God's power, I'm asking God, I pray about it. To, open doors no man can open. Closed doors no man can close. Open windows, open drapes, open blinds. Let me in. My vision and my goal is not for me. It's to help people. It's to help children. And what I love about it in my Twitter, I've been silent on it because I got tired of just talking, just shooting the bull. I don't want to keep talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to hear people talk about God. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if people get pissed. I'm going to say what I want to say. Yeah, it's all good. I like hearing the little Bible verses, but at the same time, tell me something meaningful in life. What politician followed through with what they said they was going to do before they was voted in the office? Talk to me about something like that. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then throw in a verse from the Bible, but also tell me something positive that is happening in society. For instance, tell me about the people that's locked up in prison. Some are innocent. Some really have done their time, but through some misfortune of being in prison, they did some type of violation, so they got extra time because they was fighting for their life or something in prison, so they got extra time added. Talk to me about how 10 men in particular are released from prison because it's thrown out the 3 strikes is no longer in existence. Especially over some little, you stealing potato chips bag. Every now and then, let me hear some good news. The Bible gives good news, but let me hear some good news in society. Let me hear about some people that are locked up for selling dope or selling grass, which is what it is. weed and reefer and marijuana, that's some grass. People out in penitentiary doing 20, 30 years for some grass. Now they're talking about making it legal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting back and I'm like, but you talking about making it legal, but there's people still locked up. You know, woo-woo. You know, people are locked up because chemicals are sold. Yeah, meth could blow up people in the neighborhood. But other than that, people choosing to smoke crack, cocaine, all these type of man-made chemicals and stuff. But people are doing 30, 40 years because they were selling some on third strike. They had a joint on them. So now they doing 30, 40 years. Let's look at that. You know, and like I was saying in my Twitter thing, you have people, in particular, like I said, yeah, I know there's women locked up, but in particular, my focus right now is on the men. Because the man is the head of the family. Here's the men, especially the black men, they setting up in penitentiary and their children are being raised by women, not just the mother, but the grandmother, the aunts, and the uncles, because the father, the person that should be the breadwinner, is not in the house. He's locked up in penitentiary over 9 out of 10 times something that's unnecessary. Don't get it twisted. I know some people deserve to be in jail. I'm not talking about that. So let's not get it twisted. Let's not make an argument out of something that's not. Don't go there. I'm talking about people that's in jail that was wrongly accused, especially people that was put in prison before DNA and all this forensic technology came about. Somebody lied on them and sent them to penitentiary because they sent a man to penitentiary saying that they raped him because the man no longer wanted to be with them. They said the man beat them or the man did this. I'm talking about false charges. I'm talking about unmitigated, unnecessary, false, fake charges that has been put up on men of color. That's what I'm talking about. And as a result, they sitting in there. And here's another thing about mass incarceration. Like I said, it's a whole lot of stuff that people don't talk about. But this is another thing that gets me, is that these men are locked up in prison, no female contact. They piled in cells, overcrowding, mentally abused, and you sitting in prison. What are your benefits? And this is another thing. You sitting in prison, you really didn't do nothing. And in reality, you did something. It wasn't as severe as the time that you received. So then you sitting in prison. You know, yeah, you might get your GED. Yeah, you might get your college degree. Yeah, you got that. But the person that's sitting in prison, what are they learning? There's no real mentors in prison to make that person really better. Yeah, school's cool, but when you in there, what are you really learning? They in there learning how to be better criminals. Nobody really wants to talk about that. It's said briefly, but the reality is, if I'm sitting in there with you, if you in there with me, we're not sitting in jail talking about, believe me, they're not sitting in jail talking about, yeah, you know what? When I get out after my 10 years or my 30 years, I'm planning on going to church. They're not learning that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you hear all the little jailhouse preacher stuff, but I'm talking real talk. You sitting in jail, you really didn't do nothing. All it does is make you an evil person. It makes you worse in some instances. You sitting in there and you didn't really rob a bank, but you charged with robbing a bank. You charged with rape and you really didn't rape a person. You sitting in there, you gonna listen to people talk about the real hardcore criminal talking about, well, dude, you know what? Yeah, they charged you with rape, but you know what? If you would have did this, you would have put a mask on, you would have. You making people better. You making bitter people better at committing a crime. There's no more. There's no mores. More, M-O-R-A-L-S. What I'm trying to say And I'm studying myself too. One of the other areas I'm working on improving my grammar. And like I said, I'm just working on everything I can. I'm just staying busy. But people, me in particular, in prison, you hurt when you go in, you hurt when you come out. You go to prison, if you didn't do nothing, you still gonna suffer, because when you get out, what job you gonna get? There's no jobs that really want to hire you. Yeah, they got a lot of jobs now to hire felons. But then if you're working for a particular company, this is unsaid. If you work for a particular company, you might get a little money, whatever, but still your status and everything in the neighborhood, people know we work for that company where they hire felons, so evidently he's a felon. You always stigmatize, you always label. Like I said, I don't want to go no deeper. I'm just, like I said, I just get tired of talking about it. I want to see people out that don't really need to be in there, especially over drummed up charges, or people in there for just, you know what I'm saying, outrageous time to serve for some little penny any crime. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not really talking about people that did mass murder, like that boy took and killed them kids. I'm not talking about like that. I'm not talking about injustice. I'm talking about justice. You know, people sitting in jail, and while they were in jail, somebody tried to do something to them and they killed somebody, but they was getting ready to get out. I'm talking about different situations like that. You know, I mean, people sentenced without having an attorney, y'all. People sentenced and had a public defender, and then told them to go ahead and plea bargain, and they gave them the wrong advice. You know, things like that. Having their cases appealed. These are the things I'm talking about. I would like to see done. And like I said, you know, God be my witness. That's what I want to do. If I can if I can help, I'm here. I'm here. You know, sign a petition, whatever. I want to help. I'm not going to say I almost cuss. Y'all know me. I'm not going to cuss, but I'm not going to sit on my butt and talk about it, because I'm straight up. I'm going to be about it. I'm going to be about it. You need me to help sign something, whatever. I'm willing to do that. Now, somebody out there now, I'll let going to jail and protesting. Nah, I'm not with that. Nah, by yourself on that one. But, you know, and somebody's getting ready to have a little meeting and they want to go ahead and carry some signs somewhere or something like that. You know, I looked into nah, I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really know your motives. And I'm not with all that trying to aggravate the police and stuff like that. You know, people already out here dealing with a whole lot of crime. You know, all of that stuff right there. You saying one thing and you might try to do something else. Nah, I'm not getting involved in that right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking motives today. But other than that, if I can be of any assistance about trying to eliminate mass incarceration, because like I said, it affects society. It's affecting the kids here. There's a lot of children. There's kids I know. I have friends. I have family that I know of that was taken out of the home, that had been to prison. And then the people, I wish that the people that have been to prison could tell the youth of today, it's not a badge of honor to go to prison, boo-boo. It's not a badge of honor. That's real stuff right there. Whether a person did something or not, that's real stuff. It's not no game. It's not a game, it's real when you locked up. Because when you out here in society, hear me well, when you out here in society, you got your friends. You got your little homies. They your little partners. Your little partners in crime, hey, I'm gonna ride or die, nigga. I'm with you. You know, you got family. Oh, yeah, you know, honey, whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? I got you, I bail you out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got your mama, sister, brothers, everybody when you out here talking about what they'll do for you. And they done showed it in a little way. But when you locked up and you go down to prison, mama, daddy, sister, brother, and a lot of them, you can't even find them. Especially when you doing double-digit time. Yeah, I ain't never really been no long time, but I'm talking about facts. I study, I look at things, I real talk. When you start doing them 10s and 20s like that, my power sometimes, if they not dead in between that time, here it is, sister, brother, and everybody. Oh, well, you know, I will send them something, ain't there? Because everybody leave you. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of things like that myself. You know, out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. You know. God tells us in the Bible, what did you do for my people that was locked up? What did you do for my people that was sick? People that was in the hospital, people who was in the nursing home. What did you do? Did you visit them? Because we're supposed to represent Jesus. And I fought and I failed in my service to other individuals, to other human beings. Like I said, but I'm not going to ever come to you and try to be perfect. You looking for perfection, honey, I'll be dead when you're looking for that, if you're looking for it in me. Because, you know, I'm doing everything I can right now to keep from cussing. But like I said, I'm just saying, though, you know, I want to end it because it's hurting. These kids nowadays, young youth, walking around here, you know, a male mentor, M-E-N-T-O-R. It's a beautiful thing. But there's nothing in the world like daddy. And I'm a daddy's girl. But there's nothing in the world like having your father, somebody that looks like you. You could compare your hands to. You could compare your eyes to, your complexion to, your features, your habits, your ways, you know, just you to compare to and say, hey, that's who I came from. That's where I got my hands from. That's where I got my eyes from. This is why I think I put my hands like this. I'm copying my daddy. I'm a product of my father, you know. But like I said, I'm gonna cut this short. I'm at 21 minutes. But like I said, God bless you and God keep you, you know, and I love the Lord, and like I said, I'm gonna give him all I got. I'm gonna give all I got. You know, right now I'm not in give up mode. I'm doing everything I can. Like I said, I'm gonna come back through the week. Once I get through doing, I gotta take care of some business. But then I'm gonna come back through the week and I'm gonna promote my little stuff that I got out here. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I just believe with everything in me. If I give all that I got, then I know that some doors are gonna open. I know doors are gonna open, windows are gonna open, shades, curtains, everything gonna open. You know, that's what I'm doing. I'm visualizing. I'm visualizing people at a mass incarceration ending. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing freedom. I'm seeing the prison gates open up. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people got to stay in there. Don't get it twisted. But I see the gates opening up for people that were unjustly arrested. But I see the gates open up. I see me helping people. I see me helping children. I see children having activities during the summer. I see me putting smiles on children's faces. I see me putting smiles on mothers and fathers' faces. I see children coming to God, talking about they want to be saved. They want to love the Lord. They want to serve the Lord. That's what I see, bringing people to Christ. And not just hearing me talk about preaching Christ crucified, risen, but hearing a 4- and 5-year-old child talking about Jesus Christ crucified, risen. You know, I see on the little YouTube videos or Facebook, they got the little kids. I got laughed. They got that little girl. She from over Scotland or Ireland somewhere. The little girl's talking about Chucky. I ain't lying, just a trip. And she's saying a little cuss word. But, you know, you got kids saying that, but I haven't seen a video except for the little baby. The gorgeous little baby, the little black little boy that's in the car seat singing the little gospel song, you know. But I want to hear a child say Christ crucified, Christ risen. That's what I want to hear. That belief, that faith, that unstoppable faith. Oh, man, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to put before I leave here, before I leave this earth, because I want to be swooped up like Enoch. Before I leave this earth, I want to hear a child say, Jesus Christ, crucified, risen. That's what I want to hear. Not just one, because I'm greedy. I want to hear 100. You know what I'm saying? Then my living will not be in vain. You know. So God bless you. God keep you. I'm getting ready to upload this video. I will start doing live, but right now, like I said, you know, I'm just trying. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can with what I got. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't believe in myself, who else is going to believe in me? You know, I had to learn that I have to be steadfast in what I do. I don't have people to sit back and encourage me. So that's why my heart is guided toward people that are incarcerated, because to lose freedom, to lose the right, we take freedom for granted. And when I say freedom, I'm not talking about slavery. I'm talking about freedom, not being mobile, not being, when my car was broke down, I couldn't do some things. I would get around, but I could do A, B, C and take care of what I needed to. But some things I wanted to do, it was complicated. It would have caused a whole lot of strain. I would have been feet wet setting up in a business meet. So limitation, being limited, being pushed into a box and having to live out of there, having to adjust to a new way of life, having to a new lingo. Like I said, also, before I go, they have new voting machines. They have new voting machines, and I'm a big stickler on that, because, like I said, we have a lot of politicians in office, so we need to go ahead and take and do what we got to do. Put people in there that's for you. Put people in there that's helping you. Instead of whining and talking about we need to do this and they all to vote. So if they put a new voting machine in, I heard that you can go to the Louisville Library and you can contact the Louisville Library, because they have information about how the new machine is going to be set up. So if they have a new machine, that means the old machine has some malfunctions. Hello. So get involved with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm raising money not to put in my pocket, not to pay my house payment, not to pay all my bills, because I'm accumulating some bills because I have a phone and stuff. So I do need money for that. But mainly right now, I want to get my own separate building so I can bring in the children, so the children can come in and they can take and have a place to play. It's a whole lot of activities and things that I want to set up for the kids this summer. You know what I'm saying? If my house is not really that big, it's not big enough to take on the people that I want to bring in, and my location. Anybody knows about business, it's location. Location, location. I'm not located in an area for the children that I want to reach, you know. And I want to reach children that are outside 10, 11 o'clock at night, are children that don't really have a place to go to. They're not in the library, you know. They don't have activities to do. So I want to be there. I want to help the parents out. I'm not going to babysit your kids free, but parents that need a little free time, I want to take and have the kids there. I want to have people that are qualified and experienced to watch the children. We're not talking about molesters and all that. Y'all know that. Keep it real. Anybody know it and been listening to them. We want professional people to be there. But I want children to grow. I want children, when they go and return to school, I want them to say, I had a fantastic summer. Not giving glory to me, but giving glory to God, saying I had a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time at Crystal Church of Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know, so I want that. I want that. You know, I want them to learn something. You know, I know there's a program. I'm not sure which one it is. There's a lady, Dorian, and I have a friend on Facebook, Sunny, and they keep me abreast on a lot of things. So I know there's some type of organization that has people that's in penitentiary or in jail. They take and have some type of visitation with them, or they help the people in there get gifts. And I shout out to all those programs, people that want to get keep people that are locked up involved in their children's life and in their wife and family's life. So that's beautiful. But like I said, we can make a difference. We all can make a difference. We just have to just go at it. We can make a difference. Like I said, please vote. The new machines is out. Vote, vote, vote. You know, forget all that stuff, because I was one of the main little people. Anyway, I was talking about it's fake. It's fake. But if I don't put forth an effort, then I don't have a right to keep on whining and grumbling about stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, God willing, if I'm not really working on anything, I might definitely go. You know, most jobs anyway, I'll let you get off and go vote. So like I said, but I'm going to check out my candidates. I'm not going to do like, you know, when we was young, my auntie used to tell us, go vote for this person. This person did that. She stayed abreast on things. So as an adult and with a little wisdom, I'm going to check out people before I vote for them. I'm not going to vote for skin color. So don't get that twisted. I'm not voting for skin color. I'm voting for people that want to help people, that want to better, especially homeless, the poor. I need people for the poor. I'm poor. I want people for the poor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being selfish. All poor people. You know, I've been people that's being unjustly, you know what I'm saying, tax situation. Let's put people in there to help us. You know what I'm saying? Poor don't have a color. I ain't never seen poor have a color. You know, believe that. Poor don't have no color. I've never seen it. Poor is poor. And so God bless you. It's time to go. You have a wonderful, marvelous rest of the day. It's 5:59. It's time to upload this. Ta-ta.